probably live right now.
Oh yeah? That's good because I said I was going to stand in front of this camera until it started.
I'm sure the people appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
Let's see if we are live yet.
So Bobby, are you filming Robert? You want me to throw back? You and Robert?
Something like that.
That was not helpful.
Okay. Robert, can you translate from Bobby into English for me, please?
Bobby, he gave you two options and you said yes. This happens.
Noodlers, 40 people watching. There we go, yay! All right, so let's get this started so we don't waste too much more time. I'm gonna have to stay about right here. See if we can follow.
Okay, so how do you want to do it? You want me to throw and Anthony to go down there? What do you want to do?
What's the plan
You
here?
guys decide.
That's not helpful.
Let's do that.
Can you not
That'll
think?
go faster. I'll just throw back.
There we go, that's what I like, some
Decision maker.
decision making.
I respect Anthony. I don't respect you.
I've been trying to make sure this thing is working.
Whatever, man. Okay. Hello, viewers. My name is Robert McCall, PDJ number 42261. I've been playing disc golf for approximately 11 years now. Let's talk about some new releases. What you think?
Let's do it.
Do you like that? Okay. You want to come over here where the new releases are, or no? You need to stay there.
I need to stay here.
Okay, I will get the new release.
Hey everybody, I'm behind the camera, holding the camera, so we were having some issues. We have tested this so many other times and it worked just fine, but today it seemed to be working not good. That's what we call technology.
Love technology, but not as much as you see.
Okay, anyway. Because it's sold out. How's that sound?
Well, but you can buy it maybe at other stores. Remember, we're not just...
Wait, do we want to start with this, or let's start with something else?
Yeah,
let's save this one.
Okay.
Okay, here's one that I have been really surprised by the stability that it has, and this is the Classic Blend Guard. Classic Blend Burst Guard. This is pretty deep as far as putters go. You can kind of tell from the profile right there. This has surprisingly really good stability. Just likes to stay in the air pretty straight. Pretty much holds the line that you throw it on, and we've got maybe a 10-mile-an-hour headwind right now, and warming up it's going pretty straight. So, ready, Anthony? Like I'm ever gonna reach from here, but
1 second. Go ahead.
ready?
Yep.
You wanna?
No, I can follow it.
Do I need to step forward?
No, you're good.
Okay. There we go.
I've done this a few times.
Have you? Yeah. It's the first time? So a little bit of high. I like that one. The guard's really good. Isaiah Esquivel aced with it during the Monkey Island Open during the first round, and then he made the lead card. So if you haven't had a chance to check out that coverage, go to the Dynamic Disc YouTube channel that you're currently on, but not right now because we're live. And check out that footage. Isaiah Esquivel, he does stuff.
When you stand that far away, make sure you can project.
Okay. Next up, VIP Gatekeeper, another one that people have been really excited about. Gatekeeper is slightly slower than something like the EMAC Truth, probably more in like the Compass-ish sort of range. I like the Gatekeeper because it's really just a point and shoot. You have to get on it for it to go straight, but you don't have to worry about flipping it over. You can throw it pretty hard. So into that same 10-mile-an-hour headwind, I'm going to throw this a little bit of hyzer, as close to flat as I can, and we'll see what happens. See, just slight hyzer, it held that the entire way. So I really, really love the Gatekeeper. I would say it's certainly vying for a spot in my bag right now. I do? Robert, your hair looks better on this end of the field. Thank you. Let's see.
The train probably makes it hard to hear. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of questions just yet. If you do... Oh, Robert is lazy. Good work, Anthony. Thank you.
That's what you were doing. You were stalling.
If you do have questions, drop them in the chat. We would love to answer those for you. While we wait on those, let's get on to some other new releases. I would say these ones are also very exciting. here are that you haven't probably thrown in the air plastic. That is the Lucid Air Getaway and the Lucid Air Felon. Lucid Air Felons have been out here and there occasionally, but this is the first time we've seen the Getaway in air plastic. These are both very, very versatile fairways. Nice and overstable on the Felon, and then the Getaway just likes to go straight and then just finish a little bit left. So I'm going to throw the Felon first, lean on it just a little bit, as close to flat or maybe turned over, and see if we can get it to fight out. Yeah, you can see I leaned on it with a little bit of Anheuser and held that for just a second and then wanted it down. Pretty nice, I like that. Even into that headwind. And then here's the Lucid Air Getaway. I like this one a lot. I throw 3 Getaways right now. I have not tested the Lucid Air before, so interested in seeing how it holds up. Yeah, a little hyzer up to flat and then just straight. Super straight. It's definitely the disc that I've thrown the farthest so far. I'm really impressed by that, even into that headwind. Let's see. Got some people lagging. Sorry about that if you're lagging. What are Eric's plans in Canada? Julian, he is working on course design right now up there. Yeah, all right. Let's keep moving. Does that sound good? Okay, on to, I'd say, some of the most exciting ones that we've had so far. We've already had one set of team series released already. That was the Opto-X Fuse, the Lucid-X Felon, yep, and then one other I'm forgetting right now.
Getaway.
Lucid-X Getaway, Paige Birkus. Yeah, thank you. You're good at this, man. So now we've got 3 more Lucid-X/Opto-X discs. We've got the Paige Pierce Lucid-X Convict. I love the color that these came out in. These are really flat, and compared to other Lucid Convicts, quite a bit more overstable. Then we've got one that's currently in my bag is the Melton Lucid-X Maverick. These are, yeah, just a little bit more overstable than a Maverick out of the box. Not so much high-speed turn and just a little bit of fade. It's actually really, really cool disc. And then one that I haven't had the chance to throw just yet is the Emerson Keith Opto-X Explorer. What I hear about the Explorer is that it's the most overstable version of the Explorer. Not super domey, but not bored flat, just maybe a lift, maybe a slight lift in the middle. I've seen a lot of people loving these for forehands, and just an Explorer that they can lean on in the wind. So I'm going to throw the Explorer first, then we'll move to the Convict and then to the Maverick. So Opto-X Explorer. This one will probably be hard to track because it's clear, but we're going to do it. And then just finish barely left. I really like that flight a lot. Like I said, we've got 10-12 miles an hour of headwind, so I think that's going to be one that people are going to love and rely on. I think we're going to see maybe a similar flight out of the Convict. I think the Convict is maybe a hair faster than the Explorer. Probably a similar, very small amount of right turn and then some fade at the end. Let's check out the Lucid-X Convict. Similar fade from the Convict. So I know that Paige Pierce loves the Convict because she can lean on it and hold that pretty straight and then just have it finish a little bit more left in the Lucid version. I think that's one that people are going to love shot shaping with. So that's the Lucid-X Convict. Last but not least, on the team series, this is the Lucid-X Maverick, Melton. I don't really like Zach that much, so I wouldn't encourage you to, I'm just kidding, do throw these, they're awesome. Since we do have a little headwind, I'm going to let this go on a little hyzer, let it pop up to flat, and hopefully ride to the right for us. Hey, give me another shot with that one, please. I didn't trust it enough into the headwind, and I should. doesn't seem to be too damaged, even from my errant throw. Okay, so a little less hyzer this time. I'm gonna try and just beeline it at the basket. I definitely gave it less hyzer, probably a hair too little hyzer. It moved over to the, just kind of subtly held right into that headwind. So no wind, you're gonna love this for straight shots. Tailwind, I think we could see these hyzering out some and being kind of like a really beat in Explorer or something like that. Let me check for some questions real quick. Whoops, I accidentally hid somebody on the chat because it was open in my pocket. Elijah Martin, I'm very sorry, I did not mean to hide your, I didn't mean to hide your message. He said, have you thought about torchies recently? Yes, yes I have, thank you. Let's see.
Is it a day that ends in Y?
Yes.
Then, yeah.
What do you think will be the biggest difference between the Ex-Convict, Ex-Explorer once they break in? I think the Lucid Ex-Convict has just a touch more turn than the Explorer out of the box. So I think once they break in, you're going to see a little bit more of that turn from the Convict and a similar fade. Whereas the Explorer, in my experience, Explorers don't do a lot of the early turning. They just kind of beat the fade out of it. So you can throw them really, really straight. Let's see here. Let's see. That's about it. Nice catch, thank you. All right, let's talk about the one that is already sold out on the website right now, but that you will be able to find in stores, buyback stores, local retailers, and I think you can go ahead and quote me on this, though, you know, I can't predict the future, but I think this is going to be the 2019 disc of the year. The Explorer was for 2018. Everyone was loving that. This is the Raider. The Raider is, I think, something that we've been thinking about and wanting to have in our lineup for a really long time. It's a disc that fits in between the Trespass and Enforcer Defender in stability. That makes it sound like it has a lot of turn. It certainly doesn't. It just has maybe the slightest bit of turn, but it really likes to go straight, and then it's going to finish nicely to the left. For me, this is a disc that went instantly into my bag. I've got a really overstable Enforcer that I throw just for headwinds and hyzers, and then I'm now carrying 3 of these to cover pretty much any other shot that's not a huge turnover. I still have a Ballista Pro for that.
What kind of wind are we playing with right here?
Right now, we've still got this 10 to 12 mile an hour headwind. So I'm going to lean on this pretty hard. I'm hoping that it goes over Anthony's head, but, you know, who knows? All right, first run Raider. If you haven't tried one, you must try it out. Really comfortable rim, by the way. I like this a lot. Yeah. Some people are off-put by the fact that it's a speed 13, but I think as far as speed 13s go, it's a really comfortable rim. I don't have huge hands, and I really like how it fits in my hand. Good to go? All right, a little bit of hyzer into the headwind, and I'm just gonna lean on it. Hopefully it goes far. Well, I did some tree trimming for us, but that came out really fast. A little bit early on my part, a little bit probably too much hyzer to get the full flight in a headwind, but I do love the stability of it because, I don't know, a lot of high-speed, moderately overstable discs really want to turn into that headwind, and I think the Raider is nice on a hyzer to just flip up to flat, so I'm going to try and do that again. Anthony, this one's yours! He didn't approve this,
So
but...
this is Anthony's signature?
Scribble, scribble, scribble numbers. Which I respect. I've done that for many years now. All right, here we go. So yeah, nice hyzer, stand up to flat and then finish to the left. Those are pretty controlled distance shots. I'm not throwing them super far because there's some grass behind the basket back there that we don't really want to get into.
Go back to the tee pad, Nike.
I'll back up a little and try to lean on it a little bit. Okay, last one, another first run Fuzion Raider. Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to throw this hard, and if it ends up short of the basket, you can roast me in the comments.
It's white. Might be hard to find, but I'm gonna try. Good. Up there.
too much hyzer for sure, but I like the way it held up. It's just going to fall there next. Sweet. Let's check the comments real quick. I was talking about that Monkey Island coverage earlier. I didn't have my best day out there, but I did throw the Raider quite a bit. Hole 1, I think I threw a Raider on, and you can check the flight of that. Just a baby turn and then fade out. I think that's what they're great for somebody like me. What's the speed on a Convict? Convict is a speed 9 disc. Lucid-X escapes right now, Ace Run, are only available for... you want to throw them back? Are only available for match play brackets. So that's the easiest way to get one. Eventually they might be available for the masses, but right now that's the way we're doing it. I was gonna say Oakley's loving these for forehands right now, and so is Anthony. Just mashing on the rate. To flip up stability. That one's broken. Flight. Soft landing, I like that. And here's the Gatekeeper. Oh, that's headed right for you.
Oh gosh! I couldn't get out of the way. I was trying to keep it visually in frame.
Lucid-X Maverick. Sweet flight there. I like it. Oh, sorry, that was the Felon, my bad. And then Getaway there, the orange one. Similar flights into the tailwind. Pretty good. Alright, that's the Maverick. Yeah, nice straight flight. Couple more coming back, the Lucid-X Convict.
My bad.
And then one more of the Explorer is going to be coming in soon. A little bit low, but... Thank you! Alright, let's see. Is the Raider a little faster and more stable than the Sheriff? I would say the speed is pretty similar. Definitely more stable than the Sheriff, no doubt about that. Adam Lawrence, full sent Friday, that is correct. Although I haven't really full sent one yet, I'm not sure that that's going to happen. But we'll see. I might try it out. Let's see. Already ordered mine either way. My man. Chaser says Eric Oakley said it was comparable to the comparable to the Destroyer and the Kong. I haven't felt the Kong before. I have thrown Destroyers quite a bit. I would say that they're pretty similar. It depends on which version of the Destroyer you're talking about for sure, but I like the Raider a lot. I haven't thrown a disc like it in a while, so it's really good. Yeah, these are currently sold out through the Dynamic Discs website, but visit your local retailers and then we'll have stock stamps coming out soon. Joseph asks, Raider versus Enforcer. The Raider is going to want to hold straight for a longer time. It's a little bit faster. I'd say it probably has similar fade to the Enforcer, but you're going to get some more distance out of it just because it wants to go straighter. Ted says, love watching those forehand shots. Same, Ted. Anthony's been throwing some really good ones. William says, Bobby's dead. Are you dead? That was very close. That was 6 inches below the camera here.
I'm okay. It's stung. It definitely stung, but it's going away.
Jesse says, I recently replaced my Beefcake lightweight Destroyer for Lucid Air Enforcer. Same weights, all I expected and much more. Nice. Let's see. A bunch of F's in the chat to pay their respects to you because you've died. Thank you.
I'm going to go watch the footage to see how bad.
Yeah, you got to. If the Raider is sold out online, about how long till you get a new shipment in? Not sure just yet. I think you can expect those in the next couple of weeks. I'm hoping, don't hold me to this one. You can hold me to the Disc of the Year thing. Don't hold me to this. I'm hoping that we have these in stock by GBO. I think that we will, but I'm not 100% on that. My hair looks 100. Thank you very much. It's a little breezy today, so I had to hold it down. Droll says, dang, just when I thought I was done buying discs, along comes the Raider. That's what I thought too. I ran over to the retail store actually with Anthony right before this, and when I put discs in my cart, they were gone by the time I was able to check out. So yeah, they're killing it. Cole says Raider versus Lucid Captain. The Lucid Captain is going to have similar speed. I think it's maybe just a hair slower than the Raider, but quite a bit more turn. I think the Raider is going to be really usable at lower speeds for people, yeah, with lower arm speeds who kind of want something consistently to go to the left, but at those medium to higher arm speeds, you're going to get a nice straight flight with a left finish or just a huge bomber. Which ones do we want to see again? Want to do all of them, or you just want to do the Raider, or what?
I think how long?
I don't know. "20 minutes" is what it says. How about a couple more Raider throws?
Okay.
Because they're the exciting ones. I'm gonna pick up the Raiders.
Team other putters than what we had before. We actually now have the team Maiden, Burst, team Harp, team Dagger, and the team Pure. So those are available right now online as well. Gatekeeper. I saw someone say, "Can we see the Gatekeeper?"
All right. Yeah, I saw a couple of questions here. Can we see the Raider on different lines? Yeah, I'll throw a couple of different lines here. William says, nice. That was a good line.
Yep.
William says, "I wonder if I really have the arm speed for the Raider. I struggle to get any sort of turn out of destroyers. I'm honestly just pushing 325 to 350 with those." I say it's worth trying out, to be 100% honest. Some of the destroyers I've seen are just like super beefcakes out of the box, very, very overstable. And so far with these, for that 325, 350 range, I see a little bit of turn. I mean, the smallest amount of turn at that range. Gatekeeper on any on different. We'll throw some antes with the Raiders. Try and get some juice out of them real quick.
All right, remember the white one is kind of hard to follow, but I'm going to do my best. Cheer me on. Lost it. There it is.
Just past the basket. I'll give it a little bit more Anheuser this time.
I know you're thinking I should get behind him, but I can't because the signal is too weak for the internet connection we have supplied to the camera, unfortunately. So I have to stand right here.
There's a big Anheuser. You can hold far all the way and then still want to finish out. I just sent Anthony into the woods, and I apologize for that, Anthony. But you can see the stability of the Raider on a shot like that. I came over the top of it really hard, and it just held and then wanted to come out. It's pretty nice. One more?
Yeah.
Hard as I can?
Yep. Break your shoulder.
It's not going to look much different, and it probably won't fly much different, but we'll try it. Here we go. I just threw it a little nose up. So that's the Raider. Oh, Gatekeeper on an Anheuser. I saw that a second ago. I think the Gatekeeper actually works really well on an Anheuser. Like I said, probably 10 to 12 mile an hour winds. So I'm just gonna point this at the basket on an Annie and see what happens. Smallest Anheuser just held right all the way. Then a very small left finish. I think the Gatekeeper is going to be one that people can lean on a lot. It's a really, really good disc. Let's see. Restock of Waffle Wardens, not sure just yet. I'd like to have those sooner rather than later, but I don't know just yet. Team undecided. I'll have to check it out. Thanks, Robert. Thanks, you. Caleb says, are you giving away any of these Raiders? Probably not this time. Maybe next time. That's about it as far as questions go. Good to go on all that?
Yep.
So let's recap. We've got the first run Raider out today. They are no longer available online as far as I understand. But if you haven't checked out a Raider yet, you absolutely need to. I think it's going to be disc of the year for sure. Some other new releases out today are the Lucid Air Felon stock stamp and the Lucid Air Getaway stock stamp. 2 9-speed discs. This is going to be a little bit more overstable. Left finishes for you righty backhand players. Good for forehands as well. And then the Getaway is nice and straight. I would say a very predictable left finish, but not like a dive left. This is like right in between, like an Explorer and a Raider or something like that. Fills right in that gap. So these are both awesome discs. If you have already thrown the Lucid Getaway and you're looking for a little bit more distance or one that'll go a little straighter, I think the Lucid Air is going to be your Huckleberry. Move on to the Team Series disc. I'm really excited about the way that these turned out this year. Awesome colors, awesome flights. So we've got the Lucid-X Maverick Zach Melton Signature Edition. One of my favorite discs and one that's currently in my bag. This one's kind of nice and swirly, but pick one of these up. We still have a few available. Then we've got the Opto-X Explorer Emerson Keith Edition, ice clear, super cool, nice and flat on the top. Great for forehands, great for backhands. I think you're gonna like that one a lot. And we got the Paige Pierce Lucid Ex-Convict. Like I said, kind of a similar flight to the Explorer, a little bit more turn, a little bit more fade. So great for shaping shots that need to move a little right and then come back a little bit left. This is the color that Paige Pierce chose for this year, kind of this tealish, bluish color. I think these turned out great. And then a couple more. The VIP Gatekeeper is down there with Anthony. And then we've got the Blend Guard. Let me grab that real quick. Classic Blend Guard. This is the disc, I think, of the new releases that has surprised me the most. I thought a lot of people would just like this kind of for putting. If they like the Dagger but they didn't want to bead, this is a really similar feel to that. But it's nice and deep, and I think I'm always hesitant to make comparisons to discs from other companies because, first of all, I didn't make them and I haven't thrown them in a long time. But the way that I've seen the Guard fly reminds me of the way I've seen some people throw Novas really well. I know that the discs are totally different. I think the Nova probably has a little bit more float to it than the Guard. But I think if you are throwing a Nova and you were looking to replace it or try something else out, I think the Guard is going to be something really good for you. I really liked this Blend one just for point and shoot shots. Good enough stability to hold in the wind and likes to stay in the air. What else we got? Anything else you want me to check for?
Close out with the teams putt.
Yeah, we got some team putters that are now available. If you've been on any of these teams, I know we've had a lot of requests for other team putters. So we got Team Pure. This is one of the first putters Latitude 64 made. Pure is nice and shallow, pretty straight to slightly understable. I think it's a great disc, and a lot of people are loving the Pure. Then, if you haven't checked out the Dynamic Disc newsletter already, we sent out a month in review, and that kind of details our 20 best sellers for the month. And the Maiden was on there in 4 different plastics this last month. 4 of the top 20 spots were taken by the Maiden. So you guys are absolutely loving the Maiden. This is this feels like a BT hard Maiden. But yeah, burst. Feels really nice. You got the rainbow stamp. The Maiden is what I would probably throw like as an approach and throwing putter if the Warden didn't exist. It's just so straight. It's just really easy to throw straight. Has enough stability to not burn on you, but it's not going to dive on you. I really like the Maiden. Can't say enough good things about it. Then on to the Dagger. If you're a fan of deep dish putters, if you're moving over from something that's a little deeper than some of our stuff, the Dagger's probably going to feel really comfortable to you. We got stamp. Yeah, I like the feel of the Dagger a lot. And last but not least, not a lot of people putting with these, but a lot of people throwing these. That's the Harp. The Harp is something I've added to my bag this year, and I'm just loving for the consistent release, consistent holding in the wind and finishing to the left. Great for forehands, even if you don't have a good one like myself. I really like the Harp. So yeah, Harp, Dagger, Maiden, and Pure available along with the Lucid